I'm going to go pee. I just realized I'm going to be sitting here for 2 hours and I should vacate. Hello, everybody. We're here. It's finally happening. Mausritter Month is now live. Hopefully, nobody's watching this because you're all on BackerKit right now, backing all of these amazing projects. We've got a whole bunch of people that are going to be joining us today on this stream. I'm super excited to be able to talk to everybody about all of their little mousy projects. Starting things off, we're going to start at the beginning. So we've got hanging out in the green room, two amazing individuals, a dear friend of mine and a new friend that I haven't hung out with yet. And something's wrong with my video, so I can't actually see his face, but I'll hear his voice. So we're gonna go ahead and bring on our first guests. We have Isaac Williams, the creator of Mausritter, and Andre Novoa of Games Omnivorous. Send them on in, Beckett. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Am I live? All right.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome
Hey.
to the show.
Hi, Andrew. Hi, Isaac. Nice
don't
to
know
Hello,
see you.
everybody.
Yeah, so I can't see other people's faces. I can just see my boy Beckett back in the control panel. So I need a cue when y'all jump into the stream. Okay, here we are. We're all here. Welcome. How are y'all feeling today? Launch of Mausritter Month.
Good. Excited.
Yeah.
Good to have it finally happening.
So what time is it for you guys? It's 10 a.m. in the eastern part of the United States. Andre, what time is it for you in Portugal?
3 p.m. So for me, it's just the best time zone, I think, for this.
And Isaac, how about you?
It's 2 a.m. in the morning here, so
Dedication.
yeah.
Dedication and coffee. So, do you mind sharing before I want to get into talking about Junk City, which is the crown gem, the cream cheese of the crop of this Mausritter month? But before we do that, can we talk very briefly about how did Mausritter start? How did you come up with the idea? And then a little bit about your partnership.
Yeah. So I mean, Mausritter was kind of very organically grown. It started as my home game, of D&D that my friends and I were playing a campaign of Mice and Mystics, and we enjoyed our game of Mice and Mystics. We enjoyed playing little mice, but we kind of got to the end of that and agreed that we wanted to have a bit more freedom in our adventures, be able to tell our own stories, and so I kind of took the chassis of Chris McDowell's Into the Odd and wrote a table of backgrounds. You don't really need much more than that to get started playing a game of Into the Odd, and we started playing mouse games, and then worked on the inventory system and the magic system. Kind of pulled them in from other ideas I'd seen out on the OSR blogosphere, and slowly grew it into what became Mausritter.
Yeah, both the inventory system and the magic system are two parts of Mausritter that I think really sort of make it shine. Andre, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you and Isaac met up, teamed up, joined forces, etc.
Yeah, long story.
Oh, can you make it short though?
No. I'm making it very short. Like I was going to say the too long don't read version is I chased down Isaac for like 4 months until he said yes.
Well, we're all very excited that you did.
Yes, so I started Games Omnivorous. There was a friend here who said, "Oh, I have a mouse game you should play," and I'm like, maybe not tonight. Then I eventually went, and it changed my life forever. That's how it happened. Basically, I love the game. I absolutely became obsessed with the game. I love the game. I contacted Isaac. He was, I wanted to do this by myself at first. I think I'm being accurate, Isaac. Am I not?
Yeah, I think it took me quite a long time to see it as anything more than my home game and the little 24-page zine that I put out. it took me a long time to see that it could be anything more than that, and that it was worth making it any more than that. I kind of, it was just my little hobby project.
Yeah.
And so I think it needed Andre's vision to see that it other people might like it too.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be a bestseller. We have to do this, and we have to do a box set, and we have to do these inventory tokens, the cards in this way and stuff. So it kind of like grew from there, and then it grew into something I think much bigger than the both of us.
Yeah. And speaking of growth, right? So the Mausritter universe is really growing today. We've added a whole bunch of projects from third parties. We're also the Junk City expansion, which I want to really dig into that. But I want to take a moment to say, hey, what's up to all you people that are watching right now? I can see that there's a bunch of people joining and watching the stream. So if you have questions for anybody that jumps on, type them into the live chat, and then my buddy Beckett will yell them at us. And I think, yeah, you're gonna do that, Beckett? You're gonna yell them at us? He says yes. He's gonna yell your questions at us, so we'll hear them, even though we can't see them being typed live, and we will try to answer as many as we can. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us for this stream. If you haven't already, go back all of the projects over on Mausritter Month on BackerKit.
Are we funded, Andrew?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we've been live for 7 minutes. I have no idea. Somebody will give us an update shortly, I'm sure. Okay. All right. So before we bring in our next guest, Andre, can you tell us, actually both of you, tell us a little bit about Junk City and what's the story behind it? Like, what's going on? We know it's junk. We know it's kind of a junkyard sort of vibe. What's going on?
You want to go, Isaac?
Yeah, Isaac, you go first.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I mean, I think Andre had the first initial idea for Junk City, a city and a junkyard, but it's been a long development process. So
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. I think probably maybe more than that actually.
More, yeah.
Yeah, so Junk City was it's a city and a junkyard. It's a neo-noir mystery setting where there's a massive mouse metropolis where something has gone horribly wrong. A gate to the Fey realms has exploded in the middle of the city, and shards of this gate have scattered throughout the city and are causing magical chaos throughout the city. So the gate,
without giving too much away or prying too deep into it, in the little fun video that everybody got to watch, if you haven't watched it, you can open it in another tab and watch it. We see these little green balls of energy. Are those shards? What are we seeing there?
Yeah, that's the idea. Those are the magical shards. So as the players work their way through the adventures in Junk City, they're going to be collecting these magical shards or trying to pry them from the hands of the 4 different factions in the city who have various goals, competing goals. And so if the players can put together the 9 shards of the gate, then they can unlock the last adventure.
It's going to be great
in Junk City. Yeah.
Do you think these shards are, a representation of your broken hearts being put together after so much time spent working on Junk City?
Could be that.
Well, speaking of souls, I understand that we have another guest who's ready to jump in to our little party here, and I think it's kind of a tie-in with souls and maybe food. Is that right? Let's get our next guest in here and find out. Somebody tell me when he's here. Hey, welcome.
Diogo. Is that Diogo?
Hey, Diogo.
Diogo Barras, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
We cannot hear him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't hear you. But I'm told you look fantastic.
If you want, I can talk more about Junk City.
Yeah, that's great.
Isaac, I know you once said that Mausritter is.
I'm here.
Oh, he's here. Should I finish this or not?
Or am I?
Okay, so
live?
Diogo, you're live, but I want Andre to
right.
finish his thought, and then Andre, when you're done with that thought,
Okay.
let's
Thank
reintroduce Diogo.
Okay, so
Yes, that's me.
So Isaac said that Mausritter was
great. I'm excited. I'm a little bit
I
nervous.
I think we have a little bit of a technical lag issue going
You
on.
cannot?
Yeah, I'm getting Diogo on like a 30-second delay or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey.
Great. I shaved for this, so.
Oh, do I? That's a good question.
Okay, so a little bit of a technical difficulty. We're going to say goodbye to Diogo for just a second, and then we're going to bring him back once we get the technicals sorted out. All right, so see you later, and we'll see you back here in just a second as soon as we get that figured out. All right, let's get back to Junk City for just a second. Andre.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish my train of thought here on Junk City. I think Isaac once said that Mausritter is 70% Beatrix Potter and 30% heavy metal. Do you still, Isaac?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Do you still stand by that?
Yeah.
Heavy metal magazine or heavy metal the musical genre?
Heavy metal the musical genre, I think.
Okay. There you
go.
Yeah. So I think that I think because of the award that Mausritter got for best family game and how the community have taken the game is a bit more on the Beatrix Potter side of things.
Sure.
So to say, I think, and it's fine. Like I'm sure Isaac and me personally, obviously, we embrace that. We embrace everything that the third party community are doing with this game. Absolutely not a problem for us. But I think that for Junk City, it's also a matter of trying to also bring back a more darker side aspect elements to the game, which have always been there from the start. So I think that's also something that's been on my mind at least, and I think yours too, Isaac. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, like, I don't, I think that Mausritter is often played by families with kids, but I don't really think of it as a kids game. And I think that it is definitely a game that can be played with kids and by kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it does help to have the kind of, if you are playing something like Junk City, to have the kind of moderating influence of a GM, feeding the story and forming the setting in a way that is appropriate for your kids, I guess.
Yeah, and you need to sort of make sure that you're adjusting your game for your crowd, right? So like maybe you're playing for kids and you want to make things a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more Beatrix Potter, like you said. I experienced a very similar thing with Dungeon Cats. I intended that game to be very dark and grim, and people will take their game, take a game that they want to play, and they will play it the way that they want to play it. So
yeah, of course, and that's completely fine. As I said, not only that, but third-party creators creating content for this is just it feels really, really good to have so
phenomenal.
So much stuff. It's just insane. So it's like.
So speaking of all of those third-party creators, I want to ask Beckett in the background if we can bring Diogo back up onto the feed, join the party again. So let's see if we can get him back in here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Welcome back.
He's here.
Can we hear you?
I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay.
Hi.
Sorry about that mix-up. Diogo.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's out of sync.
I think our audio might be a little bit out of sync, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a little bit of time. I want you to just go ahead and tell us about soul food and your project on Mausritter Month. Go ahead whenever the audio catches up, Giogo. We're going to give him a beat. Okay. I'm so sorry, Giogo. Andre, are you in a position where you could talk a little bit about soul food, and we can just see Giogo's beautiful face?
Yeah, my pleasure.
Nope, there goes.
Yeah,
there we go.
So what is soul food about? Um, I mean, I'm gonna start by what it isn't really about. People have asked me, is it very much like no audio?
Quite delayed.
Yeah, we're quite delayed. So a lot of our creators, as we mentioned before with the time zones, are all over the world. So we're just gonna give
I think probably the biggest inspiration is
okay. Well, if we're still live right now,
1990s
I'm not hearing
micro
anything coming
machines
through. So
video
Beckett,
game.
correct me if I'm
If you
wrong,
can
but we're
believe
gonna
it.
just have to try something else. Please go check out. Are we back again?
I'm gonna shut up.
Giogu, are you there?
Could be. Oh, I'm happy to drop, and I might go to bed.
Yeah, drop Isaac. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Cool. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for backing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having me. And I'll see you all in the morning.
Thank you so.
So, Andrew, are there any questions on the feed? What's going on? Oh, Andrew is not here. Okay. Okay. Diogo, can you hear me? Are you there, Diogo?
Hello.
Hi, Antonio.
Hi.
How are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice. So,
Month is, but I dropped it because I wanted to collaborate with other artists, and it was a little too big for me, and I wasn't prepared. And Mausritter Month was the perfect opportunity to have more focus and more eyes, and possibly fund it more than by myself. So yeah, I'm collaborating with 3 artists. First of all, Mass Olympics is a supplement.
Yeah, talk about what it is, because I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love mini games in RPGs, and this one really hits the spot.
Yeah. Actually, it's like a kind of a collection of mini games centered on one settlement. That it's called Olympia. I mean, it's like the real one of the ancient Olympic Games. And yeah, so every 2 years, the mice from all over their mice realms gather there to have a competition. And yeah, the supplement it's about it includes 6 sports. So
Beetle jousting. I love beetle jousting. I think that's the one.
Yeah, I think it's it's a really fun one. Yeah, I have 6 sports. Each one of them is totally different mechanically from the other ones. So yeah, we have 6 feet hurdles, we have archery, we have long jump, we have wrestling, we have beetle jousting, and we have hammer throw. It's called acorn hammer throw because the hammer is an acorn. And yeah, I work hard and tested hard to have each one of them different and fun, and trying to balance the randomness and the player decision. And yeah, it's the balance is not equal in every one of them, but and the difficulty and the complexity of them they are also different. We have, for example, long jump is a spread. All the rules and the examples it's only a spread. But for example, in the wrestling, we have 5 pages. One of them is only an example because it's like this is a more complex one with action cards and.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's been really fun to test them. So so I can say that, and I'm sure you are going to love it. And actually, I'm planning to release 6 feet. 6 feet or foot? I'm not sure when it's a unit, but yeah, 6 feet hurdles is going to be released in the Mausritter Month game jam.
Okay.
So it's going to be free for everyone. So
Nice.
You can have a little test of Mass Olympics.
Well, I'm very excited to compete. Andre, do you have a favorite Olympic sport that you like to watch when they come around?
I actually am quite a bit of a hardcore Olympics fan.
Really? Okay.
So,
winter or the summer?
Good. Portugal is very good at rowing.
So
rowing, like it's big here. And judo. Judo, we are very good with judo too. So.
Do you practice judo?
I do not. Sorry.
Oh, me either. Antonio, do you have a favorite Olympic sport?
Okay, I would say that maybe track and field, because when I was a child, and actually here in my neighborhood there is a track but I was really bad at running. But maybe long jump. It's a great one, and we have a great female athlete in Spain.
Oh, we also have a really good one with the triple jump.
Oh,
yeah.
The triple jump?
Yeah, triple jump. We're like Portugal's like Olympic gold or whatever, world champions. Yeah.
Okay. I don't actually know how the triple jump works, but I do see now
it's 3 jumps
scrolling down below us that we are 25% funded. I'm
nice.
I'm imagining that pertains to Junk City and not the Maus Olympics. But I did see another question for Andre pop up in the thread. I think I'd like to hear how it was for you as well, Antonio, because the question is how was the experience setting up Mausritter Month? And so there's multiple elements to that, right? So one side of it is like the back end of using BackerKit to set up a month, and then also coordinating with the creators like Antonio. So can we talk a little bit about what that experience was like?
Like a very long game of broken telephone.
kind of like this stream a little bit.
Yes, a 6-month long game. Yeah, no, it was just I've never done so much coordination management in my life, but I was blessed to be working with an amazing cast of creators, people, you folks at Exalted Funeral, Isaac in Australia. Then we have people all over. But the yeah, this community, the Mausritter third party community, is amazing, and the creators that are working on this, absolutely been incredible. And made my life a lot easier. But yeah, it's just a lot of coordination, a lot of making sure people, everyone is on the same page, understanding what their project or how their project should be built, especially if you're part of the group shipping, which is something a novelty that we're offering with this big event, is that like most of the projects will be assembled together and then shipped together, and that involves lots of coordination.
Sure.
To But yeah, it was just one of the honors of my life to actually to be coordinating all of this, because I think that Mausritter is a game that is a lot bigger, as I was saying, than me and Isaac. Is something that is out there. Lots, thousands of people, enjoy this game, love this game. So being able to coordinate something like this that will bring so much joy to so many tables is just awesome. Yeah.
Can I pass that question over to you, Antonio? I also I found this to be an enriching experience. That we had a Discord channel with all of the creators all together sharing ideas and talking about what their projects were going to be. I thought it was a great, it was a great way to like meet new people and sort of like everybody came together. How was that experience for you, Antonio?
Well, but it was really, I don't know, it's it's difficult. I mean, it's positive. It was hectic.
It was almost overwhelming, right? A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
in that chat going on all the time.
yeah. A lot of deadlines.
Yeah.
who half of us didn't meet at in time. So yeah, it was, but it was enriching, and as you ask, also for the backend, and thankfully backend is easy enough to to
Mm.
make things easy. I mean, I uploaded my last image 10 minutes before the,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's streamlined.
Well, thank you so
uh,
much to BackerKit for sure. Like we should shout
yeah.
them out for all of the help in coordinating this month. It was a process for all parties involved. Definitely a lot on Andre's plate, and all of the creators, getting their stuff back and forth. I know I also, for my project, it was very last minute, getting all of the graphics uploaded. So
Yeah,
I
and
oh,
also,
go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
go ahead.
because talking about the other creators and the
Hmm.
last minute things, I I coordinated with Flights of Fancy.
Yeah.
We have a collab between us. So if you
Mhm.
back Mouse Olympics and Flights of Fancy, you have a free triathlon. Maybe it's, I don't know. This is a difficult word, I think. But yeah, you have another sport set
Oh,
in the
okay.
House of Fancy, Flights of
Oh,
Fancy
that's super
setting.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a great segue actually into the next question from the feed that I want to bring up. So if you back Flights of Fancy and Mouse Olympics, you get a free thing. We also have a Mausritter Month wide incentive for backing a whole bunch of projects, which is the Meeples. Oh, and before we jump into this question, I just want to say thank you to Fanterland for the question about setting up Mausritter Month. And then also thank you to Wild5 for what are the 16 meeples you get if you back 7 projects. I'm not sure what a meeple is. Andre, you want to answer that one?
You do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably have a meeple like around here somewhere. Oh, they're over there. So a meeple is just like a little small wooden miniature. If you go to pretty much any of the backer kit projects for Mausritter Month, there should be a graphic that shows what they are. I think they originally came from board games, right? And the game that I think of is called Carcassonne. Um, I'm going off gut here. I don't have facts to back this up, but they're like board game pieces, basically. A meeple is a board game piece. You move, ever played Mousetrap? You roll your dice, you move your mice. It's the little thing, the little person that represents you that you move around the board. You can also use them in tabletop role-playing games to represent your character. So how's that? Does that sound like a good explanation of what a meeple is? Each of the creators from Mausritter Month designed a meeple to represent their project. And if you back, I believe it's 7 projects. Is that right, Andre?
7.
So Junk that City Junk City, yeah, Junk City plus 7 of the others. So you have to back Junk City at any physical level, and then any 6 other projects. Also, if Flight of Fancy and Mouse Olympics is one of those 6, you get a bonus from doing that as well. So there's a lot of incentives for backing multiple projects, and one of those is, of course, the massive pledge manager, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But before we do that, I think we have another guest coming in. Is that right, Beckett, in the booth? Okay, so Antonio, don't say goodbye just yet. I want you to hang out for a minute. We're going to bring in Gustavo. All right, throw him in there, Beckett. Hello, welcome. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. Classic. Since 2020, I've been doing this, so yeah.
Perfect. So Gustavo, why don't you start out with telling us a little bit about your Mausritter Month project, and then we're going to talk about the Massive Pledge Manager. So go ahead, Gustavo.
Yeah, I'm here representing the team who's building Mausritter. This is basically a sandbox scenario setting with new rules on how to build and play with mechs for the player's characters. So basically, you're putting your mouse into a armor slash robot, and adventuring in that. We're doing this with a sticker-based system. So you're using stickers to, build a little image of what your mech looks like, and that's basically the system on how to design them. And
I love it.
It includes like this short rule set to run a standalone game as well. And the mice are in this scenario of like a declining British high street where commerce is changing, so they are kind of reacting to that. Some of them relied on um, food stores, and others relied on different services that was being provided for humans and by humans. But that's how they got their metal scraps, how they got their food and everything. So they're kind of reacting to that. We have like 5 factions full of personality. They have their own agendas and stuff that they're interested in, and so there's lots to explore in this game, really. And I'm joining Laurie O'Connell and Kayla as I'm an illustrator, and they're designing and writing the game. And yeah, I'll be doing all the internal art. Meanwhile, we have a different artist who's working on the stickers, which is Yana. And the idea here is basically to give the players this degree of freedom of exploring this urban scenario while also playing along with the concept of collecting scraps and coming up with the designs for their decks. Yeah,
I love it. it just fills my mind with vivid imagery for like all the different fun pieces of junk you could find and make mech suits out of. So we've still got Antonio here, and before we say goodbye to Antonio, I want to pass this question back around to you, Gustavo. So we asked Andre and Antonio what their favorite Olympic sport was. Do you have a favorite Olympic sport?
Well, I actually do some indoor climbing, so I've been really
Oh,
happy
really?
that climbing has been included.
Me too. That's like one of my things
awesome.
to do.
Yeah.
You're doing bouldering as well? Bouldering
Yes.
is nice.
To be honest, mostly bouldering because I don't own all the equipment for lead climbing. So yeah, it's mostly bouldering.
Awesome. And then now now I want to pose a new question to the group. What's your favorite instance of piloting mechs in popular culture or in books or whatever? Yeah, what's your favorite? And you go first, Gustavo. What's your favorite version of a mech? You can say Mausritter if you want.
I guess I have to say it, but if I'm taking like a second place after Mausritter, I'll go with Gundam Wing because it's a classic. It captures our imaginations in the first moment. So yeah, I'm a fan of classics, and that's one for sure.
What about you, Andre?
What's my favorite mech?
Yeah, what's your favorite mech?
I don't really know.
You don't know? Come on.
I don't know. What's yours?
What's mine? I think so in the movie Aliens, Ripley gets inside of like a
that counts.
Yeah, of course it counts.
Does that count though? That's like a suit. It's not a mech, Andrew.
Yeah, sure it does. I mean, if that doesn't count, then like you got to define at a real base level like what constitutes a suit. Yeah, what like, constitutes a mechanical suit of armor, right? So it provides protection. It adds like strength features to your body. It helps you to fight monsters. Like it does exactly that.
I'm pretty sure you cannot say Iron Man, and that would fit under the description for Iron Man.
Yeah, I think Iron Man is a mech.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a mech
now
suit.
we're having a theoretical debate. Okay,
exactly. Antonio, what do you think? What's your thoughts on it?
Okay, but I would say that mine would be, do you know that PlayStation 2 game Zone of the Enders? I think Kojima was a producer, maybe. And it was actually my first PS2 game, so I have a great memory.
Beckett in the booth has strong feelings and wanted me to share with the world.
He agrees with me. I'm pretty sure.
A mech is a robot, not power armor. So I think by that, if that's the standard, then any I'll form the head style cartoon doesn't qualify, right? Because it's that's just a giant power suit. Yeah, it's a robot power suit, maybe. Okay. Oh, all right. All right, we're gonna let it.
He's almost jumping. Just so you know, everyone, Beckett is almost jumping into stream because he's swimming on the backstage.
He's furious about the mech conversation. All right, well, here's the cool news. Everybody gets to decide for themselves how they want to define a mech. All you have to do is go and back Mausritter. Okay. Antonio, thank you so much for joining us here in the party. We're going to say goodbye for now and make some room for some other creators. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye,
all right. And Beckett, if your fury has subsided enough to permit another guest to join us. Oh, okay. That's it. We've achieved our limit. I'm seeing a bunch of invisible people on my right-hand side, but that's okay. Maybe we asked Antonio to leave too soon. You want to come back and throw him back in? Yeah.
I'm still here.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so we all right. Okay. So we have a few other guests that are like sort of popping in and out. We'll just keep the conversation here. We're going to keep the conversation away from what defines a mech suit to avoid infuriating our booth person. And let's go back to questions from the YouTube stream. Okay, so I'm just going to check really quick. Let's see. A mech is a robot, not power armor, from Beckett in the chat.
Of course you did that.
I can see that the chat has very quickly devolved into a conversation about mechs and mech suits.
Some people say that Linguini from Ratatouille qualifies as a mech for a rat.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
okay,
I agree with that.
Mech. That's my favorite mech right now. It's canon. It has become canon in my life. So the best mech ever is the human powered
Ratatouille.
The Ratatouille driving the human whatever power.
After Mausritter on top, and then Linguini. Okay,
yes.
I'm okay with this ranking. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we actually ever got an answer from Antonio, and I think now that we have very clearly ruled out mechs having to be a robot, right? Because that's basically, we threw that out the door. Sorry, Beckett. Antonio, what would you say your favorite mech is?
But the robot from Song of the Enders doesn't qualify.
Oh, you did say that,
robot.
didn't you?
Yeah. No.
Of course.
Mine was a canonical one.
Yeah, very, very canon. Okay. All right, so we did cover that question. If there aren't any other questions in the chat, I don't see one. Maybe someone can yell it at me if they see one. Let's go ahead and talk about the Massive Pledge Manager. So the Massive Pledge Manager...
It's called the discounted group shipping, Andrew.
Oh, well, never mind. We're going to call it the discounted group shipping. Yes. Let's talk about it. What is it? What's discounted shipping?
It's basically BackerKit found a kind of a way to so that the projects are some of the projects, but the Greece opted in for this. All of the projects will be assembled together and then shipped out together. Those who are who are part of this in Mausritter Month, it's 13 projects out of the 16. Which means that backers will save a lot of dollars on shipping, because instead of paying like $10 or $15 or $20 even per project, many of them will be bundled together and then shipped out. So instead of paying like I don't know the exact math now, it's in the project, but instead of paying like I don't know $150 if you back like 8 projects or so, you're probably paying around 40, 50. So yeah, that's what it is. So all of these projects will be bundled and then shipped out together. So probably we're looking, it's going to be in a year from now or so. So we give everyone enough time to create, because all of these have to come into the warehouse and then we'll ship them out together. That's how it works.
Yeah. So from my understanding of it, it's dependent upon where you are in the world, right? So the shipping charges will be different based on where you are in the world. But let's just say you want to get those free little mouse meeples. So that means you're going to be backing Junk City, right? As well as 6 other projects. So depending on where you live in the world, you could be saving anywhere in between $55 to $146 on shipping those projects to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massive saving, which is why I kept on wanting to say the word massive, because you're saving so much money. If you do like everything, like you're getting all of the stuff, you could be saving almost $300 on shipping. So depending of course where in the world you are.
That's correct.
So I feel like you're underselling it a little bit by saying you save a bunch. You're saving a huge amount of money every time you add another project to your pledge. And it's all being coordinated. How is that all being coordinated? How does it know? Is it all done with computers? Is it done by robots? Like what Beckett thinks a mech is?
It's done by me and Exalted Funeral and Backer Kit, I guess. I mean, it's
That's right. And
yeah.
not just the group discount shipping, but every project is all done by human hands. That's why we wanted to have some humans on here to like celebrate and talk about it. There's no robot or mechs helping build any of these projects. It's all done by human hands. Oh. Okay, Antonio and Gustavo, please don't disappear just yet.
Okay.
I got a call on my my mech based listening device that is informing me that we have another guest joining us on the live. All right, so go ahead and send in our next guest, Beckett, if you don't mind. If you're not too mad, JP, welcome to the show. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm about to spend a lot of money.
And save a lot of money on shipping, I hope.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So, JP, could you just tell us a little bit about who you are? And I mean, as far as I know, I think some of our other guests just dropped out. That's okay. See you guys later. All right. JP, can you tell us a little bit about who you are? And
everybody knows who JP is. Come on, man.
I know,
I'm
but
sorry.
my mom might be watching this stream, and so can you introduce yourself to my mom at least, and then tell us a little bit about what Mausritter means to you? Is what we're
yeah. So where to start? I make monthly tabletop role-playing game zines, kind of games, adventures, whatever is in my brain each month. And I also make YouTube videos that encourage people to create their own games and draw and have fun playing games. And I'm just a really big fan of Mausritter. It's the game that I recommend to people as like a good starting game. Like if you've never run a game yourself, it's kind of the one that I point people towards. And I love playing it. And like I said, I'm excited to back a bunch of projects and spend a lot of money to make some things real.
Well,
yeah,
I'm sure...
I just want to say, if I can, thank you so much for joining us here. It's really cool to have creators like yourself who inspired us. I'm obviously I know your work. Obviously, I've been inspired by it. I'm sure Isaac too. He had we apologize, but he had to go to sleep because it's like 3 a.m. now.
Yeah.
in Australia. But I really appreciate you coming in and just talking a little bit of Mausritter, share your love for the game, because I know well, at least from your videos, I know that you were a fan, and I really appreciate you being here. Thanks so much.
Yeah. I mean, right back at you. Big fan of everything you publish and work on, and all the other creators here. I think it's so cool. Like the thing that I'm really excited about this Mausritter Month is just it feels so cool, of like a such an awesome way to highlight all the third party stuff and bring up other creators that are making stuff for your game. And I just think that's the raddest thing ever. So
obviously, JP, I want to echo the sentiment. Your videos and content has been a huge inspiration to me as well. I'm going to read a few things from Ed on the chat. I first learned about Mausritter from JP's video. Great to see you. So that's really cool. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
That's a real thing. Like, community coming together around a game is really fun. I'm seeing now, scrolling, that several of the campaigns have funded. I hope that we get an update on what Junk City is doing here in just a second. But so we're just under 50% funded for Junk City. That's awesome. We're still under an hour from launch. I do want to get, earlier in the stream, we got a little bit philosophical about mechs. But I want to ask some more questions that are a little bit deeper than the surface. So this is for both Andre and JP. When the cats are away, what do the two of you play at?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I went too deep. I off the deep end too quickly.
Really all right. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
When the cat's away, will play.
The mice will play, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you mean RPGs?
Sure. I guess it could. You can I intended you to interpret it however you like. So, if you want to talk about the RPGs that you enjoy the most playing, I hope it's Mausritter. We could do that. Or if it's something that you like to do outside of the gaming industry, I think that's something that a lot of people like to hear is fun things that you like to do that is outside of the streaming content that you make, JP, or maybe outside of the games that you create for Games Omnivorous, Andre. So something that you do to play when you're not focused on the RPG industry. That's what I mean by the cat. The cat of the game industry is left, and now the mice are free to do whatever you want. So what is that for you? Let's start with you, JP.
Okay, so I mean, I guess play some video games. I like to skateboard poorly.
Yeah,
as my exercise kind of stuff. And
what video game are you playing right now?
I just played a game called Slots and Dagger. It's like this slot machine game that is like you like are venturing. It's like kind of like a little point crawl thing, and you're trying to like overthrow some tyrannical leader at the end, and it's like a little roguelike game, but it's like slot machine, so you like can unlock more. I don't know what slot machine stuff is really, but you just kind of like it's timing and like unlocking stuff. It's pretty fun.
That does sound fun. Is that on
it was on Steam.
On Steam.
It's just like a little indie game.
Very cool.
Super fun.
Did you ever play Tony Hawk Pro Skater? That's about as much skateboarding as I've ever done.
A lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Andre, what about you? What is it that you like to do when you're not doing this?
I don't have a lot of that much free time, to be honest, between doing this and having a 6-year-old. And but I'm really, if people want to know little some, or you want to know,
I do. Yeah, it's me.
I'm like I'm a record collector. I'm really addicted to buying vinyl and collecting vinyl and trading vinyl. So I go to these record stores whenever I travel. I trade records here. I have some record dealers here in Portugal, and I'm in this phase of my life where I'm bouncing between three completely or maybe apparently or appearingly completely different genres, which are like free jazz, dub, and stoner metal. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I jump between really weird free jazz record from Japan from the 70s to like Sleep, Dope Smoker Sleep, and then I put on like, I don't know, some spacey dub record after that. So that's kind of like where I'm at, I guess, in this phase of life. I don't know why. I don't really stand music right now. If someone's singing, I really like instrumental stuff at this point. So yeah, that's something about me. There you go.
So those are all sort of like weed-based genres, I think.
No. Yeah, cut this.
This is live. This is live, my friend.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we'll quickly change the subject then.
Yes, please.
Thank you both for sharing. So I understand Tales from Quill has fully funded. Tales and Trinkets has also fully funded. The Baron's Grip has also funded. So congrats to those creators. We're almost at an hour, and we've just now we've got several of these campaigns that have already funded. That's awesome. Okay. JP. Yeah, I would love to. So I'm talking also to.
Are we saying goodbye to JP already? No.
JP, do you have anywhere to go?
I'm fine sticking around. Yeah,
hang out.
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and bring in Matt. So Beckett. There we go. Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? Super excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Yeah.
Matt is the most exciting third-party creator in the Mausritter community. He's like he's like boss level Mausritter.
I'm mech level. That's what
mech level.
Mech level.
So before we jumped onto this stream, I was talking with the rest of the Exalted Funeral team, and one thing that I kept mentioning was how exciting it was in the Discord with all these other creators. Every time Matt said something, it was basically like, you guys don't even know, I'm going to back every single one of your projects, and I'm going to be the first backer on all of them. Such great energy you brought to this community of creators. Very exciting to have you be a part of this. Can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, man. Well, first off, I'm just super excited. So to the folks at Exalted Funeral, Andre, this is just super exciting. I was not the first on any. No, I was the first on one. I got number 3 on Junk City, which yeah, that's what happens.
Okay, get him off. Get Matt off. Like, take him off this.
Yeah. No, but man, we're super excited. I'm super stoked about Rolling Coast, something that Hugh Lashbrook and I have been working on, and it's mice running under the feet of toddlers in a giant amusement park. So it's better to go out during the night because toddlers aren't there. But yeah, we're super excited for it.
Very cool.
I've read it and it's awesome.
Thanks, JP.
Yeah, man, it's really, really fun.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's been kind of our attempt at writing a love letter to the third-party community. All sorts of cool themes. We've got mechs in ours as well, which is super exciting. Yeah, so we're stoked.
Very cool. I've got another question in the thread from it's from David Hoskins. Hey, David. David wants to know, Andre, what your most prized record is.
Oh, I cannot reveal that.
Okay, yeah, good point. All right.
Well, maybe it's made. I think that probably it's an LP called I'm not gonna say that because it's
really put you on the spot here.
Smoke, I see. It's called Smoke Everything. All right, that's no, but it really is. Look, I'm not lying. It's a very cool and rare record if you don't know it.
Very, very cool. So Matt, I think you were in the green room and probably could hear what was going on beforehand, but we've had a bunch of questions that I've been just sort of posing to creators. Any of those questions that I asked before that you were like, really, I wish I could answer that one. Maybe your favorite Olympic sport, or what a mech is, or what you'd like to do when you're not creating role-playing games. Any of those you'd like to jump on?
Yeah, here we'll go rapid fire.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
I love curling in the Winter Olympics.
Oh yeah, with the little Yeah. Okay.
So it's like that's super fun. And then team handball in the Summer Olympics. Team handball is super legit. I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and they love Ratatouille. So yes, Linguini is a mech, and he's my favorite mech.
Yes, there you
so
go.
That's that. And then when I'm not doing Mausritter kind of things, I have a 3 and a 4-year-old, or she just turned 5. But we like to play all sorts of games. And they got into polyurethane swords, the foam swords.
Yeah.
So I think I'm becoming a LARPer. I've never done that before, but I'm having so much fun. And yeah, so I might be echoing.
It might be me also.
We'll try this.
Yeah, we good? We good there, Beckett? Okay, yeah, we're good. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing all of that, Matt. Oh, headphones. Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Can you still hear us, Matt?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Sir.
Yep. Yeah, and then I collect books. That's the other thing I do. I don't collect records, but
okay. Well, what's your most prized book? How about that?
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm a theologian and a pastor in like the real world, and so I've got some really old, like late 1700s Bibles that are pretty cool.
Wow.
Is there any kind of biblical references to sort of answer the age-old question of what is or is not a mech?
There's this one vision about a wheel in the sky with eyes all around it. The jury's still out.
Okay, all right. We might resolve it on this stream. We might not. It's sort of hard to say. Okay, so let's see if we have any more questions in the stream. If you're watching on the stream and you do have a question that you'd like to pose to any of us, please drop it in the chat. Okay, Andre, is there anything else about Junk City or Rolling Coast that is sort of lingering on your mind that you'd like to get out there?
No, I just think that Rolling Coast is a fantastic setting for Mausritter. The idea of an amusement park being like the world where everything happens, and I really really love it. I think it was correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Matt who once did a really really fascinating setting too for Mausritter that I really love was like in a mini golf course, right?
Yep.
And I really love that. So now it's like an amusement park, which I think it's generally a great idea. Yeah, love it.
Thank you.
Okay, there's like a cartoon sound coming from somewhere. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Is it?
Okay, I think that fixed it. Thank you, Beckett. All right. So before we go to that was our booth runner, our computer whiz, Beckett's children watching a cartoon in the other room, I believe. Glad we got that figured out. Hopefully that didn't cause too much disturbance to everybody listening in the stream. So before we move on to whatever we're going to do next, I want to take a quick moment to shout out a good friend of mine, Joey Royale of Weird Heroes of Public Access. He and I made a project for Mausritter Month called Tales from the Night Market. And it's similar in a lot of ways, I think, to what you've done, Matt, although it's much more carny themed. It's like very much focused on big top carnival style encounters, and it's a little bit more medieval. So carnival life is something that Joey has been very passionate about for a long time. And, I've always been passionate about collaborating with other people, so we came together to build this. It's just 3 little micro adventures and a map for the setting. But one of the things that's been really cool about it is I think both of us have really pushed each other to try to go beyond what we're comfortable with for this project. Joey doesn't usually do a whole lot of art, and I pushed him to collaborate on the art pieces. So we're both painting on the same canvases together, which has been a lot of fun. And then he's been pushing me to sort of expand my writing chops to, fit into his style. So I just wanted to share that. If you haven't checked it out, it's part of the massive discounted group shipping. So go ahead and add that one on there. Let's go ahead and see if we have any other questions. Or actually,
if people need to go, they can, right? Like JP and Matt. So I mean, happy for you to hang out though.
Yeah, I'm happy to hang.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
Are there any questions you have for Andre? Like, you've kind of got a creator on the hook, like on live streaming. Is there anything you want to ask Andre or Matt? It's okay if you don't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a direct question. I guess I'm like curious, having like just fulfilled my first Kickstarter, like
Sure. The Dragon Town.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I just can't imagine what it takes to organize all of this. So I don't know if there's like any insights into like how do you organize and like make sure that
excuse me,
I don't know. I was just always so worried about like messing up and letting people down, and so I guess I'm just like, how do you keep it professional and organized, and then also like wrangle all of these people?
Yeah, that's a great question, and there's a lot. I think there's a lot that goes into that. But Matt, would you like to field that one first?
Sure, man. Yeah, I totally can resonate with that. Rolling Coast is going to be my 5th crowdfunding, and every time I just get like so nervous that I'm going to fail, and like, yeah, it's super, like with Tomb of a Thousand Doors from last year. It got so big that if I wasn't partnered with Tony and the guys from Plus One EXP, I would have been so over my head. So I guess the short answer is partner up with someone way smarter and who's done it before, which is why I'm so stoked to like be with Andre and just being a part of the group shipping thing, because that's just my very first Kickstarter. I actually was able to reach out to Kristen at Exalted Funeral, and they like jumped on and helped with my fulfillment, which I would have been way out of my depth. So I guess, yeah, to answer the question, having people who are already established being able to help has been super helpful. And so like,
yeah. And if I might add on to that, Matt, I would also say, like, even people that are not fully established, having a community, right? So
community for
there's a massive community of people that love Mausritter and that want to make games for Mausritter. And I think a lot of the people that created stuff for Mausritter Month really felt, I mean, at first, personally, I was a little bit intimidated. It's like, oh, there's so many other creators doing cool stuff. Like, who's going to care about the thing I'm making? But everybody that's creating for Mausritter Month has been so supportive and like so like willing to, like, you especially, Matt, like you have been so supportive to all the creators and like lifting them up and being willing to talk about their projects. And yeah, I think everybody sort of banding together is such a helpful way. Like you did this whole thing on your own, JP, for Dragontown. You might find that maybe you're not as concerned about letting people down if you're partnered up with somebody. I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I guess that, even obviously an event like this with so many projects, so many people, teams from almost like dedicated teams for BackerKit working with us and stuff, is really something that I was only comfortable doing because I had done a bunch of crowdfunding campaigns before by myself and with Exalted Funeral. But I think that from a logistics view or standpoint, I think that, and coordination, obviously, I think that partnering up with people is my advice, because there's people that really know how to do certain aspects of this, like they know how to handle fulfillment. Some people know how to handle promotion, marketing. Some people know how to handle like the more social media aspects of this, or like the building the story and the campaign, the page. And I feel like partnering up and finding the right people to actually do stuff with you is the key here, at least for me, in my perspective. But it is still scary. It is still scary because
Oh, sure.
yeah, lots of moving parts, lots of things to do. Then as the team grows, it also grows the probability or the chances or the risk of miscommunication, right? As the team grows, so that's also a factor. But I guess that in the end, it pays off. That's what I would say.
Well, and can I just say something to that as well? Like,
Yeah.
I just want to give Andre like just massive shout outs. I probably reached out to Andre more than I should have. But Hugh and I just had like questions off and on, and Andre was just like super amazing to work with, super gracious, super patient, and like having the community where we can rally together is just so important. So Andre, thanks for just being a part of keeping all those spinning plates spinning, and just your encouragement throughout. It's been super awesome.
No, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome. And I'm
I have
seeing
another
now.
question,
Oh,
if
great.
there's not.
There's perfect. There's plenty of time for another question. I just want to
Okay.
do a quick shout out. First of all, Matt, from Exalted Funeral. We love working with you, and I see there's a message from somebody from Exalted Funeral saying you were awesome to fulfill for as well. So love working with you. And I think taking it this whole concept of like partnering and like working with a group of creators, or partnering with an individual creator that you either look up to, or you like as a person. I think some of my best friendships like some of my greatest friendships have come from being like, hey, you want to do a project together? Yeah, cool, let's do this thing together. And you spend that time working on stuff together, and hopefully you have something cool to show for it. But at the very least, you can really add a group of friends to your life that share in the passions that you share in. So just wanted to add that on there. And then JP, you've got more questions. Let's answer them.
Yeah. Okay. So, one of my favorite things about Mausritter are the like inventory tokens. Like very, very video gamey, like kind of an easy way to keep track of your inventory, right? So I guess I'm a little curious if there's, and this is I haven't had a chance to like look through all the pages and stuff, but are there any like sort of fun production things on either of your projects that you're doing? Just because I think that stuff is so cool. Like the Junk City map, I saw that. Like that looks awesome. Like, are there any sort of trinkety, physical bits that are that you're excited to make?
Yes, so on our project Junk City, one of the main differences with this new box set Junk City is that it's still sand. It's kind of like a sandbox experience because you're thrown out into the city and you can move around as you want, and you know what I mean. But it has a more complete arc or narrative or a campaign feeling to it because you're kind of like solving a mystery, and each adventure is kind of a stepping stone towards solving it. And as you complete these adventures, players get a piece of a puzzle, right? So there's a puzzle that comes inside the box. So there will be 9 pieces, and as they complete adventures, they will be given these physical puzzle pieces, which they will need to put together. And then when they do, or if they do, something then happens in the end. So that's something that we added to the experience, as you're to the tactile board gamey sort of experience that you were talking about with this product here.
Very
So
cool.
fun. Yeah.
And I don't know, JP, if you heard before. I know that there's a bunch of projects, and by the way, I think now 4 out of the total 16 projects have funded. But when we had Mausritter on a little while ago, they're producing little stickers for the different parts, which that's like kind of unique. And then I believe it's called, Andre, you're gonna have to correct me, Stinkstad. Is that the one? It's actually like a fold out paper terrain.
It's like a pop-up dungeon, right?
Yeah, like a pop-up dungeon.
Books for kids, for
Oh,
children.
cool.
It's like a pop-up dungeon, so you can, it's really cool. Yeah, it's called Stink City.
There you go. Stink City. So I would encourage everybody to go and check on each of the projects. A lot of them have like cool little extra stuff sort of built into it.
So Rolling Coast has some extra stuff into it.
Tell us about it.
So ours is going to be a box set. I know the image on BackerKit is just the book, but so we've got a 112-page hardcover book. Inside the box, all the artwork on the box, wraparound art, is by Gnarled Monster, Alex Damasceno.
Love his stuff.
And so that's super cool. He just sent me a proof last night. I'm very excited. There's a 68-page zine that expands the setting. Then we have item cards, and some of the item cards, we've got these like 2-inch by 2-inch dungeon tiles. I think there's a total of 24 of the dungeon tiles that like you shuffle up like a random deck, and each time you delve into the sewer, it's like you draw a tile based on where you are. So it's an ever evolving, ever changing dungeon. So that makes it like more board gamey. We've got paper minis as well, so that you can actually like walk them through the ever expanding dungeon. So yeah, we've got all sorts of little things that are going to come in that box set as well. So we're excited about those things. That's
super fun. So I have another question from Steve Albertson, Dragon Warrior. And I want to kind of pass the question to everybody, but the question is, what song would be on the Junk City soundtrack? But I think I want to expand that to also include, all of the other projects. So like, Andre, if you could answer for Junk City and try to, make it not be all about weed. And then Matt, if you want to say what, like a song. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And then Matt, if you want to, say a song that you think would work for Rolling Coast. And then JP, I'd love to hear you chime in and let us know, which Dead Mouse song or Modest Mouse song, or I don't know, Poison. What like? All right, Andre, you go first. What's a song that you would put on the Junk City soundtrack?
It's probably, I was just hearing a record last night that's very obscure, but it's really good because it has like a vibraphone and a flute, and it's very dark, and like a double bass and drums, and it's very like ambience. It's very noir vibe-ish, but it's also kind of like improv. It's a really cool record. So check it out. It's called Dieter Bielmeier Selection, and the record is called Masquerade. So
Okay.
check it out. I was just hearing that last night, so I'm gonna just go with that because it's not an easy task this you're asking. I think that's it. That's my answer.
Okay. Let's go over to Matt for Rolling Coast. What do you think? If you could have a song like I'm imagining this is the title song, probably. Any thoughts?
Run Through the Jungle.
Okay.
And maybe Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. Nice.
It's just like, yeah.
I love it. Very
Cool.
speaking of hair metal, like I probably should have made a joke about Rat, right? And Cinderella makes sense as well, I think, if you reference the Disney movie Cinderella. What about you, JP? You got any thoughts for a Mausritter theme song?
There's this band I've been listening to called Durry, Durry, and they just recently came out with a new record, and there's a song on there called Porcupine that's like about it's like zoo animals that are like in the zoo watching I guess a porcupine on the outside, and they're, I don't know, we're talking like animals, so that's what popped into my head.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a fun, it's like a fun sounding song. There's like gang vocals and stuff, but then it's lyrically a little more dark isn't the right word, but
that might be the perfect song for Rolling Coast, because the big bad is a porcupine who escaped from a zoo who runs a gang of rats.
Yeah.
So,
check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, it's an awesome song. Awesome record. Yeah.
Okay, so this brings up a question from I actually forgot that I had made a list of questions because I've just been going off of the chat. But a lot of times in fantasy-based role-playing games, we encounter rats. Rats are definitely a part of the tropes of what you encounter in dungeons. And rats are different than mice. So in a gaming sense, I'm not looking for a biology lesson or anything like that, but how do you use rats as opposed to mice in a game, in a role-playing game?
I think that the Mausritter canon, as defined by Isaac, would say that like mice are kind of like the civilized sort of like NPCs and characters, right? And then the rats are kind of like are either like bad or vile or uncivilized or whatever, something like that. So that's kind of like what's going on Mausritter, at least. But
I think that kind of feeds into the trope a little bit, right? Cool. Any thoughts on that, JP?
Yeah, in my like fantasy world, or how I like to run fantasy stuff, is usually by like subverting the trope, like presenting the trope and then subverting it in some way. And so I've like used rats as like I had a rat queen NPC that's like the opposite, like still lives in the sewer and has all the like rat minions and stuff, but is like the very sophisticated like very I don't know what's the like regal and
civilized.
It's all about like the pomp and all of that stuff that like a queen typically would be, but then you don't think of that as a rat.
Right.
And so it's just like I mean, I think that's kind of like what anytime what's so cool about fantasy and actually with Mausritter too is like, if you have little mice that are are inhabiting the world that we know, but it's from a different perspective. So anytime you can like get that stuff in there is when, I don't know, fantasy becomes like really cool and fun. So
I wanna get Matt's answer to this question, and then after that, we've got a couple of guests that hung around because it's a party. You can hang around if you want, and I want to bring them back in and get their ideas on some of these questions that we've just gone over. So Antonio and Gustavo, get your mustaches twirled again. We're going to bring you back in just a second. I just wanted to throw this out there. So the last time I actually played a game of 5th edition, that game, right? I was playing with a group of sort of power gamers, and they were all like getting together at the session 0, being like, okay, so like I'm gonna min-max build this, and like we need to have somebody to fill this combat role, and like all of this stuff. And I was kind of like, okay, well, this like doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Can I just be a rat? And they're like, oh, okay, cool, like a magic rat with like special powers. I was like, no, I just want to role play as a rat. Like just let me be a rat. Awesome. And they ended up getting very frustrated because the reason was that I was like, I want to be able to role play creatively without feeling kind of bound to my character sheet or whatever. And everybody ended up getting frustrated because I was doing all of this stuff in my combat round that did not at all help, the whatever their goals were. I was like, well, but I'm having a lot of fun role play. I ended up having to quit that game just because all of the power gamers were like, you're not doing enough damage with your one bite attack per round. Okay. Matt, I hope that wasn't too distracting. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be really easy, and I think I've slipped into this in 1 or 2 adventures I've written, to just treat rats like the traditional Tolkien-esque orcs.
Right.
And it's just like that. But in my headcanon, like the rats are the first, like they're more like the Hyperboreans. They were the ones who awakened first before the mice, and so they had kingdoms long before mice even were sentient. And so they have amassed more wealth, all that kind of thing. But now they're a fledgling society as the mice are coming up, and so they're just trying to vie for what they once had. And in Rolling Coast, one of the things that we did was they're like very 1920s, 1930s Al Capone gangsters. So they have like really fancy clothing. They've got like all like the underground gambling spots. And like the mice are trying to get a piece of that. And so, yeah, I guess kind of like JP, subverting some of the standard tropes.
Do you remember, I'm going to spill the beans on my age here. There's a cartoon I watched as a kid called The Great Mouse Detective. And the bad guy, of course, was this big rat, but he had like a pinstripe suit on, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ratigan? Was his name Ratigan? Yeah.
Ratigan, yep, 100%.
All right. We're going to bring back a couple of guests from the distant past. Not quite. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. I've been informed by Beckett in the control room that we're actually going to bring in a creator that hasn't popped in yet. So Beckett, go ahead and send in Brett S. Welcome to the stream, Brett.
Yeah, how's it going?
It's great.
Hey.
Well,
JP,
welcome.
good to see you.
And we're going to say goodbye to Matt. Matt, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right.
Matt.
Thank you for funding all the projects, Matt. First backer on every project. Okay. So, Brett, tell us a little bit about how your day's going. How are you feeling?
Not bad. This is the first time I've been part a backer kit. We've done something previous, but I sat out on that project. Me and my buddies who are part of Phaelite. So yeah, it's kind of like, Christmas Eve and getting a root canal all at once.
A little bit of apprehension and excitement all at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us all a little bit about your project for Mausritter Month?
Yeah, we're bringing Helena Hogwaller to Mausritter Month, and this is a World War I inspired setting. I was taking a hike out at a local farming college a few years ago, and I was watching the baby pigs like rooting through the dirt, and was looking at the trenches they left behind and everything. And we've been playing some Mausritter recently, and I've always liked small perspective in a big world.
Yeah.
So like looking at that tree stump and like, man, that would look like a castle if you're an ant. And just kind of taking that view of that hog field. And I don't know, I had also been watching Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. And there's some World War I parts of that. I think it all just kind of threw together in my head. So we wanted to bring that to the table.
So I do a little thing with some friends where we watch movies from our childhood together, and then sort of go back and say, hey, does that hold up 30 years later? How does the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles hold up? Like,
actually better than expected.
All right, you heard it here first. Go give it a rewatch. I'll just go ahead and say it. Thundercats. It was not as riveting on the adult rewatch as it was as a child. Okay, so Brett, we've asked a whole bunch of questions. I'm not sure how many of them you've heard, but I want to throw you the opportunity to answer any or rapid fire all of them. What is a mech? What do you like to do when you're not making role-playing games? What's your favorite song that you would put as the Hogwaller theme song?
That one, I don't know if favorite's the right word, but I have been listening to a lot of big band music, which is not something I was super familiar with prior to this project. But I do most of the art for Phaelite, and so it's like I can put music on and draw and just kind of tune out. And I've really started to appreciate music from the 1910s.
Okay.
Mechs, no big opinion. I think my favorite mech is going to be when Hank and Dean from Venture Brothers did Mecha Shiva, because I'm not super familiar with the genre, but I love Venture Brothers, so I'll have to put that in there.
Very cool. All right. Do you have any questions that you would like to pose for JP or Andre? Or JP, Andre, do y'all have any questions for Brett?
Sure, I can ask. Just wanted if I can, Brett, if you want to say a little bit more about the project itself. Does it have like novel Mausritter mechanics for warfare, wartime? Does it have like anything physical? Does your product, your release come with anything physical that reflects that? What's going on there?
I do like war games, but I didn't want this to be a war game. Warhammer is a separate something that takes up a different space than my ttrpgs do. But we wanted to, this is still an adventure game. This is not, it's a war setting, but think of Lord of the Rings, Redwall, Watership Down. Those all take place during a war.
Yeah.
We're focusing on the adventures of the groups. And so with this, we created a quick mechanic called War is Hex, where you'll be able to plot on a hex map. Every 4 or 5 sessions or so, you guys get together and play a little mini game called War is Hex, and you're spending your victory points to move the lines forward and backwards. Maybe you want to control the Flutterstones, so you'll spend your victory points to do so, move your trenches that way. Also spend your victory points to research gear. We've put a whole bunch of new gear into this. The STAPs, spell tablet amplification pipes. We didn't want to give mice guns and cannons. we've got two different settlements here. That one is very industrial, the other is very rural. So they got together and they coated their pine cones in some sort of resinous substance, and when you pull a pin out, it's like a flint and tinder, strikes the pine cone, you throw it and it blows. So we really wanted to keep the whimsy of Mausritter, but digging into the World War I technology. And War's Hex gives you the ability to upgrade those things. If you want to raid the polecat's den to get some stinky bedding and maybe make some stink bombs or something, that's a possibility, and that's up to your players. And we've given you the ability to represent the industrial nature of war. Maybe you want to increase healing. It doesn't have to be battle related.
Very cool.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? So when you say increase healing, is that how does that work in the setting? I don't need the functional part of it.
Yeah, instead of just magic spells or potions, perhaps there is a medical camp run by Dr. Albert Schuster. Schuster. And he actually has access to some human medicine. So it's maybe taking what he's got and running over to the field next door that's not even part of the war and gathering some herbs, or seeing that old shaman up in another area that could help advance that side of it.
I love it. Very cool. So if you're just tuning in or you're watching this later, we have been streaming now for about an hour and a half, a little bit more than an hour and a half since the launch of Mothership Month on BackerKit. Another huge shout out to all of the folks at BackerKit that helped us make this possible. We still have a couple of guests from the past hanging out in the green room. I think they're enjoying a morning coffee and a donut. I hope everybody grabbed some snacks on their way in. I understand that we are still at 4 of the 16 projects fully funded and steadily making progress on all the others, well over 50% for Junk City. And like I said before, there are 16 Mausritter projects that you can back. Many of them are included in the group discount shipping option. If you back Junk City plus 6 other projects, you receive the Meeple set. How about we go ahead and invite Antonio and Gustavo to join us again? It's going to be a little bit hectic if everybody tries to talk at the same time, but we're just going to be courteous as best we can.
Can I actually, I need to do something real quick. Can I take a break 10 minutes and I'll come back? Is that possible?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
all right.
you can drop me and those guys come in and I'll be back in 15.
All right. Thanks, Andre.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we've got Gustavo and Antonio back now, I hope. Are y'all here?
Hello.
Yep,
hey, guys. Welcome back.
Hey.
Thank you so much thank you so much for hanging out. And also, JP, you're more than welcome to hang out as long as you want, but you definitely don't have to. So if you want to skippity-doo out to go back all the projects, just say the word and you're on your way.
I'm good for another 20.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Let's hope I'm good for another 20. Okay. So Antonio and Gustavo, there have been a bunch of questions since y'all popped out. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Are there any of those questions that y'all would like to answer? I'm gonna start with you, Antonio.
Yeah, but maybe the one about the components, the game components of the different projects, because I forgot to. I'm a terrible salesman. Okay.
No, you're not. You're doing great.
Yeah. No, because I forgot to talk about that my project has maps that act like game boards, and we have paper minis. So yeah, they are mini games in that you can. There are a couple of ones that you play in Theater of the Mind.
Yeah.
Or maybe
you pull out the miniatures and move
yeah,
around.
but a lot of them have miniatures or another components. I have a folded. I have a game sheet that folds like that, so both players can see the how is it called?
It's
It's the
kind of like a
bullseye.
tabletopper, right? So it's
Yeah,
like it comes to a point, and this is how like my old school D&D things, my old school D&D minis were like this too. And
yeah,
it's just one thing, you fold it in half, and then the bottoms fit together, and it makes kind of like a little pyramid, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And about the rats, the rat question, uh, I like the in the setting, and in the setting that it comes with the manual, with the
Uh-huh.
Mausritter manual, the region and the sample adventure. Clearly, they are like the bad guys, and it's stated that the mouse are civilized and the rats no, but they are not. But I don't like that kind of thing that's like the orcs in another games, that they
Yeah.
are inherently evil. I don't like that. So, and maybe I can add a team of rats into my Mouse Olympics, because I have a spot there or two because yeah, you have to play against NPC teams, but you can
Yeah.
play against another party. Like me, I have two parties I play with two parties to Mouse Reader. So I guess maybe as a game master, you as well have more than one party, so you can bring them together and fight. But I have NPC parties, and maybe I can make one made of rats. Sure, I make mice evil too, or thugs, or bandits, just to highlight that there's evil in every creature in my settings.
Yeah, and there could be good in every, perceived villain. So I
Yeah,
absolutely think that's a great way to go with it. I love a complex bad guy.
yeah.
What about you, Gustavo?
Yeah, I'll follow up on that question. I'm on board with Antonio and Matt, actually. Actually, first of all, hi, Matt, JP, Brad. I'm super glad to be here with you guys.
I
Been
forgot
following you
to
guys.
say hi.
Yeah, been following you guys work for a long time, and it's crazy that I'm here with you now. So yeah, regarding the rats, I usually treat them mostly like a society that has been established in the region before the mice, and the mice are like this new colony moving in.
Mm.
And I like to bring like some difference in dialect or accent or something to reinforce that. But it's not that the rats are not smart or something. It's just that they have been living together there for a longer time, and suddenly this mice colony appears and, like, kind of played attention a little bit. But it's not like necessarily a good versus evil thing. It's just a matter of how we find room for everybody here, right? Is there enough resources and so on? So I like to bring that into play instead of, the linearity of, like, or duality of the good versus evil. Uh, Other questions.
What
So,
about what about music? So
right.
is
Yeah,
it okay to ask that one to both of y'all?
yeah, I,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
So this is a London-based setting, and I haven't even been remotely close to London, but I guess I know the music, so probably London Calling, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it goes well and has a nice oomph that kind of reminds me of like an industrial feeling to it that kind of matches with building mechs out of scrap metal, right?
And Antonio?
About the music, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go cliche because I'm not I'm into female songwriters, and I think they don't fit with any of this. But I would say that the perfect song would be the theme song from the film. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire. Dun,
Chariots.
dun,
Okay.
dun, dun, dun,
Perfect.
Yeah. Right. Right
dun.
when you
Yeah.
are going
It was
to
in
roll
my
the
head
dice.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, perfect. No, it fits perfectly, right? It's made for feats of Olympic endurance
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
strength, right?
And if you are playing turns rolling dice is already in slow motion. So
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Oh, it's super fun. Hey, so I have another question for the whole group. Um, you know, and I apologize ahead of time if anybody is vegan or doesn't consume dairy. But what's your favorite type of cheese? You know, we're talking mouse stuff. What's your favorite type of cheese? I'm gonna pass it to you first, Brett. What's your favorite cheese?
I would have to go with cheese curds.
Oh, okay.
Squeaky cheese.
Squeaky cheese. And is that Matt joining us again? Welcome back. Matt, thank you. I'll pass it to you next. So we just heard squeaky cheese from Brett. Matt, what's your favorite type of cheese?
I am a blue cheese aficionado, so whether it be Roquefort or I like a good Dinks blue. We've got some good creameries out here in the Pacific Northwest that make good blue cheese as well. So yeah, blue cheese all the way.
JP, what are you thinking, cheese wise?
I mean, cheese curds is a good,
solid, right?
Good answer. I guess I don't know. I like a pepper jack or provolone on a sandwich. But like a good American cheese, like grilled cheese, if you do that right, is awesome. Yeah, I don't know.
So I have a 1-year-old daughter, and she loves string cheese. Maybe not the most refined palate, but I've found that for cheese snacking, I make a thing called, well, I call it the PMC, the poor man's charcuterie, and it's just a sleeve of Ritz crackers, you know, circular, got the little holes in them, salty, buttery crackers, and then I take the, you know, the discount bulk block of pepper jack cheese and cut a thick slice of that, and then just you know, a pepperoni on top. I could eat it all day. It's like yeah, it's like a very it's like slightly elevated lunchable, but still pretty bottom of the barrel.
That's my go-to.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, Gustavo, what about you? What's your favorite cheese?
Yeah, I think on a daily basis there's a lot of mozzarella going on into the recipes here.
Yeah.
But coming from an Italian family, there's always this recipe that whenever I can try, I do it, which is called cacio e pepe, which is like a pasta with lots of black pepper, but also pecorino, which is this like ship's milk cheese, and it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a little harder to come by here, so mozzarella it is most of the time.
All right. Sounds delicious. I'm getting a little bit hungry, actually.
Yeah,
maybe not a great idea to come up with this topic.
It's like right around my lunchtime.
Right.
Antonio, what about you?
Okay, so I'm a vegetarian, and cheese and pizza are the reason I'm not vegan. So, yeah.
Same.
So cheese is important. So we have here in Spain a lot of good cheese here. We have a cheese called queso. Cheese. Queso is cheese. So queso manchego.
Oh, manchego.
From La Mancha. Yeah, you know what La Mancha is because yeah.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that's I really like aged cheese, strong with umami. You know.
Yeah.
I love every cheese actually.
All right. So I think this is going to be about it. We've got just a few more minutes left in the stream. I'm going to confer briefly with Beckett in the booth. Okay, so we're going to bring Andre back, and then we'll have a full party. You know, we've been splitting the party all morning, back and forth. I was concerned at the beginning. I was concerned that with all of us here in the room all at once, it was going to be a little bit too chaotic. But everybody has been so great, and hardly anybody is. I think I'm the only person that's talked over anybody. So way to go, us. Apologies. Welcome back, Andre. Is there anything anybody would like to shout out? I'd like everybody to shout out their projects one more time, and then anything else you want to say. I'm going to say hi to my mom. Hi, Mom. So let's start with you, Brett, and we'll just go around and everybody give a last shout out before we bring this stream to a close.
Awesome. Yeah. Please. Thank you all for everybody. Andre, Exalted Funeral, Games Omnivorous, Isaac, for just being awesome, and all the other creators. But please give a look at Helen Hogwaller and also the Baron's Grip. We have a cross collab going on with M. Allen Hall there. So
very cool. Well, can you before we skip over it, can you tell us what the crossover is?
Yeah, I was looking at his project, their project, and really was digging what I was seeing, and realized on the northwest of my map it just said, like, you know, forest, and their setting is in a forest. So now the Baron's Grip takes place just to the northwest of the Forgotten Field.
That's awesome.
And yeah, just expanded the adventure site, and we've, for the first 48 hours, we've added an incentive too. We'll throw in an updated copy of our previous zine, Chimney House. So now the world got bigger to the east and to the northwest.
Oh, that's awesome. JP, can we get a shout out?
Sure. I mean, I'm just excited to be here and you know, back all these awesome projects. So once we end here, I'm gonna go spend some money and support some people. I think I'm gonna film a little video going over some of the projects. So that'll go up, I believe, this Sunday. So that'll be my shout out to, you know, further highlight some awesome Mausritter projects.
Very cool. We'll put a link to your stream down below. If you don't know how to find it, it's just JP Couvert on the internet. Very cool. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out, JP. This is awesome.
My pleasure.
Matt, you want to go next and give us a shout out for Rolling Coast?
Yeah, so definitely Hugh Lashbrook and myself would love if you guys jumped on board and backed Rolling Coast. Super exciting. It can be plugged in. The Hex can be plugged into pretty much any Mausritter setting where there's a human world. Just throw an amusement park in the city. And in the far bottom southwest of our amusement park is a rubbish heap and dump. So who knows? Maybe you could just put Junk City right next to it and have a bigger world. So and then I guess my other shout out, JP gets a message from me on Discord all the time, just saying, "Hey, when are you going to do something for Mausritter?" So now that you're live on air, when are you going to do something?
Yeah. There is a game jam coming.
Yeah, the game jam. Yeah, as soon as the idea clicks in my head, it'll happen for sure. It's just a matter of time.
So no promises have been made, but kind of a promise has been made.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, I love Mausritter, so it, regardless of the the public pressure, it'll happen for sure.
Awesome. Well, we'll all be excited to see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass it next to Antonio. I'm just I think this is how it looks, but I'm just kind of doing like a clockwise. Antonio.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so I want to thank Andre, of course, because he was a great help. And actually, I felt really... oh, sorry, I'm nervous. I'm forgetting my English. But yeah, he reached me if I was interested in... I was already interested in being a part of the Mausritter Month, but it was really, really cool. And yeah, I also want to thank Matt, because I don't think I would be here without him. And this is the first time we're talking live because maybe he has dropped in one of my live stream, and he talked in the chat, and then I live out. So this is really cool to be almost face to face. And if it wasn't for his game jams, I wouldn't do all of the Mausritter things I did, because I was part of the Tomb of 1,000 Doors. That was actually my second game jam, and I was full in, and I submitted like 7 things, and that was like one of my first steps as a ttrpg designer. So thank you very much for your work and your inspiration. And yeah, and for everyone, please back back Mouse Olympics. Take a break from hacking and slashing and grabbing treasure in your in your campaigns.
Do some curling.
Yeah. Well, maybe if this goes well, maybe I'm going to make Winter Mouse Olympics. Who knows?
Yeah, that could be fun. Okay, let's pass it over to Gustavo.
Hey, yeah, taking a moment here to thank, well, first Isaac for coming up with this awesome game, right? Matt as well for stirring up the community for the last few years. It's been super important to have somebody putting the community together and everything. The opportunity here to meet all the creators and having this awesome opportunity on BracketKit. Laura O'Connell and Killa Dice for coming up with MacReader. They're the creators. I'm here, the illustrator, and I'm glad I'm being able to put together something with my art style, very inspiring the 90s cartoons. It's actually all made by ink. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'm actually doing this on paper and then colorizing this on computer.
Amazing.
And yeah, thanks. And yeah, the project is up there. Please back it. It has some cool rules that you can put together with Junk City, maybe. With so maybe you find scrap there and make your max. We have a cool setting in case you want an urban scenario, and yeah, back all the projects really. Do like Matt, back every project you see in front of you, and pretend it's Christmas already. It kind of is, anyways. So yeah, yeah. Please back MacReader. It'll be awesome. I promise.
Awesome. Yes, definitely back all of them. Yeah, why not? You're saving so much on shipping. You're a fool not to. Andre, that's to you, sir.
Yeah, just thank you so much. I wanna obviously thank Isaac Williams for everything. He's he is responsible for changing my life. Really, I wouldn't be doing Games Omnivorous full time if it wasn't for him and Mausritter and what we did with the game. So yeah, massive inspiration. I learned so much from Isaac. So it's a blessing to have them in my life. And then also big thank you to Exalted Funeral for having us, for believing in this project, in this game. It's been a privilege working with Exalted Funeral on this for many months now.
The privilege has been all ours, Andre. You are a dream partner to work with.
Thank you so much.
I'm just echoing what everybody on the team feels. We love working with you.
No, it's been, yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks. It's been wonderful. And obviously, I want to thank third party Mausritter community, all these awesome creators. Matt here is just an incredible person and rallying people to do these game jams and being excited about Mausritter. He's like such a driving force in the community. It's just awesome to have you, Matt. It's unbelievable. What you do with the community is really inspiring. So that's I also really want to thank you for everything. And yeah, and obviously here, like, people just, it's a privilege having guests like JP Coover just coming over and talking about Mausritter. I really want to thank you for the time. And yeah, please do something for Mausritter. I would love to see it. I absolutely would love to have it on gamesomniverse.com, our web store. So yeah, make it happen. Overall, this is really exciting. Thank you so much, everyone.
Andre, before you stop talking, I do need to know, as everyone is curious, what's your favorite type of cheese?
Oh, I'm big with cheese. I think I'm gonna have to go with blue cheese.
Blue cheese? That's
Yes.
a Matt choice as well, right?
Yeah, I love it.
All right. Well, hey everybody, we're now at the noon o'clock hour. I think this is going to signal the end of our stream. But before we go, I do want to talk very briefly about months, right? So this is Mausritter Month. If you looked at BackerKit at all a month ago, you might have noticed Mothership Month. Mothership is another darling role-playing game. It is cosmic space horror role-playing. And to sort of celebrate our two side-by-side months, we have put together a cross collaboration between October's Mothership Month and November's Mausritter Month. So, Andre, is this something that you can share a little bit more about, the collaboration between Mothership and Mausritter for the month collab months, brother
Yeah,
months?
so because these two events were kind of happening at the same time, or very close to one another, and because Mausritter and Mothership creators involved in both these games are good friends. I'm obviously a fan of Mothership. I know that Isaac is too, and I know that Sean McCoy of Mothership also really likes Mausritter. So we had this idea of doing some sort of cross collab. So what is going to happen is me and Isaac will design a little Mothership module, a tiny like a one-page dungeon sort of thing, and I know that Sean will do the same for Mausritter, and then we'll share more details very soon. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm a huge fan of a little one-page dungeon. That sounds incredible. All right. Well, I think that is probably about all the time we have for today. I wish we could stay and continue talking about cheeses and mechs and hair metal bands. But I think everybody needs to go and log into their backer kits and back Junk City for sure. As many of the third-party projects as you feel comfortable with. Don't forget, you'll be saving a ton of money on the shipping for all of the projects that are a part of the group discounted shipping. And also something, I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but this is kind of cool, is that you'll get all this stuff together, right? So like, I don't know if that was explicitly stated, but all of the stuff will come in one box, right? That's why it's cheaper, because it's all being combined, right? So something that a lot of times I hear people complaining about crowdfunding is not knowing when their stuff will be delivered. Exalted Funeral will be handling all of the fulfillment. So you can expect some like really on top of it customer support, and we'll be updating very regularly to let you know like where your stuff is going to be. So an additional bonus to having all of your stuff come together is you're not going to be curious about where your stuff is. You'll have that information as soon as we have it. So sort of without further ado, I want to just once again thank BackerKit so much for joining and collaborating with us for this event, Mothership. I want to thank Mothership Month for doing the cross collaboration with us for Mausritter Month. And then I want to thank all of you for taking the time out of your busy mornings. I know all of you have stuff that you could be doing right now, and you chose to come and hang out with us and chat about and listen to all of these creators talk about their projects. Please, go look at all these projects. A lot of people worked very hard to put these together. So from all of the creators at Mausritter Month, from all of the people that work at BackerKit, from all of us at Exalted Funeral and Games Omnivorous, thank you guys so much. Please go back to all of the projects. Anybody else want to say any final goodbyes? Let's just all shout goodbye and thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Love you all. Have a great day.